Good evening. It is IMAX time. I don't have mine right next to me. I've only got actual sunnies.
I'm Major, and I consent to the making of this video.
Yeah, so we just saw Ghost in the Shell.
I feel funny with these on my head.
There's a there's a lot to say and there's nothing to say.
That's it. Bye.
The end. It's difficult to explain the story of it because it's different to what they've changed a lot. If you've seen, 1995 original, it is different. They've changed a lot. They've given too many questions and not enough answers. Not the right.
Yeah, they've explained nothing.
The right stuff. So it's Scarlett Johansson. The film starts with her being put in this body. Her brain survives, but her body didn't. So she's put into the body of Scarlett Johansson, who's kind of a robot. And then it skips to a year ahead where she's like what even is she? Like an assassin? What is she? Like she's an agent.
She was made for justice.
She was made for justice.
Whatever that means.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't delivering justice. She was just killing people.
Yeah, she was just trotting around. What has she done the whole year? But yeah, and then there's him. No. He never gets an actual name. It was the puppeteer, the puppet master in the original one. He's never given a name here. It's just him that's hacking into people, stealing their memory and shooting some people. And she has to go and find him. And
it's not clear why.
Yeah, and it's not clear why he does things. It's not clear why she has to sort it out. Yeah, like who even is she?
Yeah.
What is she, like the government? Like what?
Because they keep mentioning the Prime Minister. Does she work for the Prime Minister? Is that
the Asian dude? Who was the Asian dude? Was he like the Prime Minister?
I don't know, because he was because Cutter, he was working for Cutter, but then surely Cutter would work for the Prime Minister, but then the Prime Minister he sent the Asian guy to kill Cutter.
Yeah.
What?
Cutter is a brand new character. He wasn't in the original thing. It's just very messy.
It is.
There's a lot of questions. And we say this as people that have seen the original one. People that haven't are probably going to struggle. I mean, maybe they won't because they won't be confused with what was original. They won't have that on-set kind of going in. But even the trailers didn't tell you what was happening. It was just, here's Scarlett Johansson with some glass, here's some neon lights. Here's basically her boobs, but no nipples, so it doesn't count.
Yeah.
I feel like, did you see, I'm sure there's a bit where
he had his hand on her and she was like...
Yeah, and he was like, I don't want to touch actually on your boobs because it's clearly Scarlett Johansson just in a bodysuit and I don't want to grope her. Yeah. And I'm sure there's a part where they're walking away. We should find out his name. He has like mechanical eyes put in. I'm going to get into them.
Yeah. I hope they sell them Specsavers.
Yes. When they walk away, and I swear to God, I'm sure her butt crack was like blurred. Like they didn't want to give her full butt crack because that would have been gross because that would have been a naked lady.
Yeah.
And this is a 12A and we don't want that kind of business.
No.
I feel like they honestly we won't go all the way up with the butt crack. We don't want it to look completely human. Let's smudge that down a little bit.
I tell you what else I liked actually. The fact that in what could be 2029, we're not too sure, people drive washing machines. They drive washing machines and tumble dryers. Yeah. Morphy Richards.
There's a lot of future stuff to take in. They never actually specify when the film is set. The original was 2029, post World War III. This one they don't really say when it is.
Or where it is.
Yeah, they don't really say where it is, do they?
No.
You make the assumption. Yeah. But the cast is relatively diverse. They get around the whole. Let's talk about whitewashing. Yeah.
Oh, chestnut. Yeah. We were saying that yes, maybe they should have used people of an Asian orient, but are we just assuming that they should be of that ethnicity because it's an anime?
Yeah. Because realistically, if you got a picture up of her, Scarlett Johansson looked like that.
Yeah.
She looked like that.
Let me find one.
And it's something that, if it's not relevant to the character, it's not really relevant. Yeah. I think it's lazy that they didn't try and get, one of, I'm assuming, millions of Japanese talented actors to,
Here she is. So, yeah.
She looks like that. And you can't look at that and go, she's definitely Japanese. She's just a woman. She's just a pale woman with dark hair.
Yeah.
There isn't any kind of specifics. But they do get around that in the film. She's not given the same name, because that was something that we did speak about, was that she's just called Major. It's I can never pronounce the name because I always want to say Kyoto because that's a place.
Same.
Makoto.
Makoto.
Yeah. They do it instead of how the. I mean, this would be a spoiler, really, wouldn't it? To the actual movie, to explain why she's not Japanese. They get around it. As to why she isn't Japanese.
Someone's just been shot.
Someone's dead.
Everyone, there's a raid in Tesco. Send help. Come on, guys. Get the bomb squad out. Bradley Stoke bomb squad.
I just realised there's Tesco and then Tesco Extra just so close together.
Isn't that a Tesco Extra anyway?
I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. I don't know what the difference is between Extra.
They've got extra goodies in there.
Extra goodies.
Like if they run out of cream eggs in that one.
Ghost in the Shell, though.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Ghost in the Shell, though.
That's why we're here. Oh.
I mean, I went in thinking it's going to be stunning, and that's it. I thought it was going to be style over substance. Yeah, basically. It still wasn't that stunning. There was a few shots. There's when you've probably seen in the trailer of like a geisha bot, and she walks as if she's a spider, and she like drags somebody up a wall. That it looked great.
Lady with her hands.
Yeah.
She's typing. She's like,
she had like 10 little fingers on each of her hands.
I got my dissertation in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Amazing. But those geisha bots, Scarlett Johansson shoots a couple of them, and then they like take them for forensics to have a look at them. There was one shot where they looked just at the open face of the geisha and all the little robot bits and everything, and it filled the screen, and it was stunning.
Yeah.
And they left it there for quite a while, which I liked because I could have a proper look at it, and it looked fantastic. But yeah, some of it was just messy neon.
Yeah, it took a while to get into it.
And then it didn't really go anywhere. There wasn't really a big climax. There was meant to be because they brought a giant spider robot, which I was looking forward to. But yeah, different to the original.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a bit. Like if you were tired, you could have a little nap at the beginning and you wouldn't miss much.
We got there late because there was loads of traffic.
That's Wales.
Because of Wales. We got there late because we went to Cardiff. The M4 was chock-a-block, and we'd missed like 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and she was like, "You've missed a substantial amount. Do you want to just get the later one?" And we were like, "Okay." And
wish I didn't.
Right, and I kept thinking like, "Oh, I imagine we would have come in at this part. Does it make a difference? Doesn't make a difference."
No.
I mean, it already kind of feels like it was meant to be longer, and they took stuff out.
Yeah. Like crucial bits that linked. But like 2 hours is a long time.
It's a long time to not really get much done.
Yeah.
It could have been tighter. It could have been. They do a lot of subtly, hey, this is what the world is like now. Oh yeah.
R.I.P. lights.
But that's it. Like, here's the future, supposedly.
Yeah.
Here's some information. Yeah, they don't really.
It wasn't.
They don't give you enough information, and not in a good way. They don't give you the whole humanity questions, the whole what makes you human, what defines life and death, what makes you a person. They don't touch on it. There's none of that.
I don't know. I just. If you didn't like Lucy, don't watch it.
Yeah, we were talking about earlier, and I actually called her Lucy by mistake.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Lucy might even have better action.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
And Lucy was a cleaner film. It was an awful film. It was very bad. But visually, it was very crisp. But yeah, Scarlett Johansson just like hunched everywhere.
Yeah.
We don't know why, because she's been a robot for a year. And she's a robot. She would be programmed to walk. Yeah. So why is she... I don't understand. Why does she have so many clothes?
Yeah,
she's a robot.
Better wardrobe than I have. Yeah, so she wore a wetsuit and went swimming. Put some flippers on, and away she went. Then got out, took it off, and her body was wet. Well, what the bloody hell did you put a wetsuit on? What is the point?
Yeah.
Why would you get? Why it's just more washing?
It's just more bloody washing. I thought wetsuits were to like keep you warm.
The bloody Calgon.
And she's not. Yeah. She didn't need to be warm. She just.
No, she can't even feel anything, let alone cold.
And they had a lot of characters where you don't really get to know them at all. The chap that she saves a fellow man he gets his face blown off a little bit, so he has pretend eyes put in. We see him wander around, like, getting meat for stray dogs, and he says, like, I don't want the dogs to be scared of me, can you feed the dogs? So she just, like, goes and does it. It's got it doesn't mean anything. You could take it out and be the same film.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like it had any kind of connection.
Just people to see some dogs, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, like, that was fine. They were quite happy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it didn't really... It was very messy. It was very messy. It felt like people... I feel like the person that wrote the adaptation only just, like, read the summary of the original film and was like, I think I got this. I'm not gonna do that. This is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, fair play for making it kind of their own thing, but then just don't make it...
Don't call it Ghost in the Shell.
Don't make it Ghost in the Shell, because it's a different thing. And they also did the thing where they say the words Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, and the title, they had Ghost in the Shell, little on the right-hand corner, and they were like, Ghost in the Shell, big.
Yeah.
Just in case you weren't sure, and then it started, and they were like, oh, you've got a shell? You're a ghost? Oh,
Yeah.
I think I'm watching Avatar.
It just reminds me of, like, in Family Guy when they talk about when they do that. They're like, oh, he's a Family Guy. He said it! He said it! It's that.
Yeah.
You don't need to... It was a lot of, we're going to give you a little bit of extra help because you're too dumb to understand the word shell, but we're not going to tell you any other information. You can make that out by yourself.
Yeah, it was just a big disappointment.
It was a disappointment. And even the visuals, some of it felt a little bit messy. Some of her movements didn't feel like they had any proper weight to it. The action wasn't spectacular. It wasn't particularly interesting. I couldn't say, oh, a particular scene, the fight scenes were great, because they weren't. They were just kind of there.
But yeah, I wouldn't recommend seeing it.
No, don't waste your
I'd
money.
give it at a push 4 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd say 4. Maybe 5 for maybe 4.5 for IMAX.
Yeah. IMAX gave it a boost.
IMAX.
3D was okay. And
IMAX helped.
It was, yeah. If it wasn't in 3D, then it would be like, I don't know, -2.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Not fussed about that at all.
So not much substantial information or comments there really, but
no.
There's nothing to say.
But I mean, if you hadn't seen the original and went into this blind, you might have a different opinion on it because you've got like a blank slate to work on. But that might have been more of a struggle.
Yeah, I think it would be.
So unimpressed.
So, yeah. So there you go.
Unimpressed.
That was
also quickly. A 0 on the sound because I can't even tell you about it.
They had some brass.
They had like barely any. They did not have enough brass.
No.
And the sound was nearly awful, I'd say, because it was so forgettable, and that's ridiculous. So
yeah, just an all-round.
If you're a huge fan, go and see it out of curiosity, but don't go and see it expecting.
Yeah, if you're busy.
Expecting the same thing. Yeah, if you're busy.
If you want to
don't
go see your
bother.
mum, go see your mum.
Yeah.
Got
If you want to have a
washing to
nap, have a nap.
Yeah.
Do that.
You just
I
do it
wish
when
I
you're there.
napped.
I wish I napped.
I wish I napped instead of watching it.
Same. So yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
That's about it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what our next video will be. Maybe Colossal.
Maybe.
The one with Anne Hathaway.
Maybe.
Maybe. Because I can't want to see that.
Yeah.
It looks interesting.
Yeah.
And again, it's just I don't know where it's going to go. So that's interesting to not know how it's going to end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan Stevens, what dish? He's a dish, but he also doesn't really have a chin, does he?
No, that's what I love about him.
Doesn't really.
Can't quite work his face out. I don't know why that voice. I just can't quite work him out. Where am I from? I am. Tell you when you're older, dear.
Yeah. Don't bother watching it.
Yeah.
If you're deadly curious, or if someone wants to buy you a ticket, fine. But don't do it when you're a bit tired.
Yeah.
It's not great. Also, there is a scene where there's a lot of flashing images, and if you are epileptic, you're going to have a fit. You're straight up going to have a fit.
They don't warn you at the beginning either.
No.
I mean,
it was almost interesting to watch, and then it wasn't.
Yeah.
But, yeah, don't bother. Don't bother.
Just don't bother.
Don't bother.
I don't know if you got it, but don't bother.
Yeah, that's it. The end.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. The end.
The end.
Goodbye.
The end. See ya. It's over.
Yeah, goodbye.